right there on the tape. Turn around. Stop.
This man
Stop.
stopping me for nothing. Alright, don't put me in, y'all. Let me talk to y'all. Y'all didn't even talk to me first. Y'all don't supposed to put me in here. Y'all didn't talk to me first.
Hold on.
Y'all don't even know what the you did to me, bro. Damn!
On October 16th, 2023, Bodycam footage from the Broward County area of Florida warrants rigorous constitutional examination across 3 distinct legal frameworks.
All right, so just start from the beginning. What happened?
Okay, so I picked the young lady up last night. We had a night out last night, so this morning we wake up. I'm thinking I'm finna take her home. We get into it about the bathroom. She cursing me out. She finna get out my shit.
What was the issue with the bathroom?
Yeah, she was just in the bathroom for forever.
Oh, okay,
and I was
okay.
letting her know I gotta use the bathroom.
Okay, all right, got it.
So and it just went from there.
Sure.
Like, she just started cursing me out. I need to get out your shit. I'm finna get the out your shit. This, that, and the third. I'm not finna ride with you. You finna give me some money to get the from around here. So I'm not giving you shit. You
Yeah.
finna get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But that's what it is. But still, generously, I go to my car to let her. Come on, let's go. I'm finna take you home. I ain't going no with you. You finna give me some money. I'm finna break all your windows out this shit, and I'm finna whoop your ass. This, that, and the third. So I back up. You not finna go? You finna do what? That's when I call you guys. And just separate. I just left the property because I didn't want nothing to come back and say I did this and did that. I got my cameras. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I just wanted to separate myself from that.
So you left your apartment. She was still there.
Outside. Yes,
outside
sir.
the apartment.
Yes, sir.
All right, and then what happened?
So, like I said, I left you guys. I left, and she was standing like where you seen her standing at.
Yep.
And I came up here. So the guy on the phone, the officer, and
The dispatcher, yep.
asked me, what do I want to meet you guys at? I didn't want to be right there. You know, I just came here because I was already up this way.
Yeah, you don't want the confrontation.
Right. So I just came here to have
You
you
did
guys
the right thing.
here. So as I was sitting here waiting for you guys, I seen her coming up the tracks. That's when I called you guys again because I was like,
Blue jeans.
This chick had blue pants, green jacket, orange shirt. That must be.
No. All right, keep going.
yeah. So I seen her walking up the tracks because on my video, she walked the opposite way to the main road. She walked back towards the tracks. But like I said, when I seen her walking up the tracks, I immediately called you guys, and that's when, you know, about the 10 minutes. That's when you guys put up 10 minutes later. Probably, like I say, she was walking. She walked right through here.
Okay.
It's on the, I mean, they got cameras here. She walked right through here, and selling me out to come to her house and this, that, and the third.
What happened at your house to make you call us again?
I called you guys when I was here.
Yeah.
I seen her here.
Right, but you called back because you saw her coming?
I just seen her coming,
Right,
and
so
I didn't
then-
know what was happening.
Okay.
I didn't know she was by her.
What made you check your cameras at your house?
Because I left her there.
Okay. So what did you see on your cameras?
I seen that she broke my window with 2 rocks.
Okay.
I only seen one break when I seen and watched it with you guys.
Yeah.
I seen her break 2 windows.
Okay. How much do you think the windows are going to be to replace
About
it?
$2,500.
Okay. And do you want to press charges?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. All right. At this point in time, do you think there's anything else you need to add to your statement?
No, sir. I mean, that's pretty much it. She vandalized. She took my property up like that.
And are you able to identify her?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. It is.
Matter of fact, I can pull her address up too for where I pick her up from in Pompano.
It is approximately 9:53 a.m. That concludes this interview.
She's running for stuff on us. Man, stop right there. I'm gonna take you. Stop right there. I'm gonna take you. Turn around.
Can I go?
I got it.
Can I go?
Give me a second.
All right, you ain't got to cuff me because you don't even know what happened.
Turn around.
Bro, help! You don't know what happened. Don't just throw me on the floor, so I'm standing up.
Stop.
I'm talking to you, though. I'm standing up.
What did they? Stop.
Bro! This man
Stop.
stopping me for nothing. Y'all don't even know what the you did to me, bro. Damn!
Stop. You grab her right, sir. Let's put her in.
No!
On the left, all up.
Bro!
Let me
Alright, don't
double
put
up
me
you.
in, y'all. Let me talk to y'all. Y'all didn't even talk to me first. Y'all don't supposed to put me in here. Y'all didn't talk to me first.
Hold up.
Okay, let me just talk. Let me just talk.
We have to go through steps first, so give us a second. Okay?
All right, so please, y'all already got me that hurt so bad. You ain't even on my ankle.
All right.
I meant my wrist. That's my meat.
Yeah, take it on. I'll do that then. I got it. Your bra on now?
Yeah.
Got it?
Yep. Right now.
Keep an eye. What?
Then just keep an eye.
No, she like started speed walking and then started bolted. Oh, there's a green shirt in the back.
Hey, you got it. You got it.
Let me call my people. I'm not even from down.
We know you're not from here.
Fucking bitch ass nigga.
Is this the car you're in?
Yeah.
Okay. The AC on.
Officers then conducted a show-up with the victim to confirm if she was the perpetrator.
Miss, I need you to come out. Come here.
Yep, that's her.
How certain are you?
I'm 100%, 1000%.
Okay.
That's her. She had a green shirt on earlier, but that's her for sure.
All right.
Hands, everything.
Broward County sits down for.
Okay. Come on. Let's go back in the car. Go ahead, sit down.
How are you? I'm Officer Beasley. I'm the investigating officer. Do you want to sit up here so I can talk to you for a minute? Please. You need to use the bathroom or anything? You need some water? Okay. All right, I'm going to read you your rights first, okay? It says, I'm required to warn you before you make any statement that you have the following constitutional rights. Number one, you have the right to remain silent, not answer any questions. Do you understand that? You have the right to the presence of a lawyer of your choice before you make any statement and during any questions. Do you understand that? If you cannot afford a lawyer, you're entitled to the presence of a court-appointed lawyer before you make any statement and during any questioning. Do you understand that? Any statement can and may be used against you in the court of law. Do you understand that? Okay. Any statement you make must be freely and voluntarily given. Do you understand that? Number 6, if at any time during the interview you do not wish to answer any questions, you are privileged to remain silent. Do you understand that? And lastly, I can make no threats or promises to induce you to make a statement. This must be at your own free will. Do you understand that? All right, so what's going on? Won't give you money? How much money do you owe you?
Take me home.
Okay.
Simple.
So you threw rocks through his windows? Huh? Just because you're upset that he didn't take you home or give you your money?
Give me none of my shit.
Why didn't you just talk to us instead of running from him?
Because y'all already know what's up. Y'all already seen me on that shit, on that computer. What's up, Mom?
I know, but running catches another charge.
Right, but y'all
Yeah.
gonna give me another charge anyways.
No, I was just gonna charge you with the windows. That was it.
Right. I'm still getting charged. So either way.
You had to take your chance, huh?
Right. So how long for this to be here?
I'm almost done. I just had to come speak with you, add it to my report, and that was it. You do, just so you're aware, you have a warrant as well, out of Broward.
That's why I left y'all house.
I hear you. All right. You need new water? You sure? If you need anything, just knock on the door and I'll get it for you. Should be another maybe 10, 15 minutes. We'll be out of here. All right? Okay. All right. Oh, real quick. Why'd you change your shirt too?
Because I seen his ass looking for me.
Who? The officer? Huh? All right. I guess I respect the effort. All right, Miss Hurst, just give me a minute, okay?
Let's examine the constitutional framework: probable cause, identification procedure, and Miranda compliance. under the totality of circumstances standard established in Illinois versus Gates, 1983. Probable cause requires a fair probability that a crime occurred and the suspect committed it. Here, three independent evidentiary layers converge: the victim's sworn statement, home surveillance footage independently reviewed by the officer, and the suspect's immediate flight upon approach. Under California versus Hodari D. 1991, unprovoked flight from police constitutes a behavioral indicator properly factored into the probable cause calculus. By the time officers initiated the arrest, the constitutional threshold was not merely met, it was substantially exceeded. The show-up identification, a single suspect field presentation, must satisfy Neal versus Biggers, 1972. Courts apply a 5-factor reliability test: opportunity to view, degree of attention, accuracy of prior description, witness certainty, and elapsed time. All 5 factors weigh unambiguously toward reliability. The victim held direct overnight contact with the suspect, described her clothing precisely before she changed it, and expressed 100% certainty. The confrontation occurred within hours of the offense, the strongest possible elapsed time indicator. Under Manson versus Brathwaite, 1977. Even if the procedure carried mild suggestibility risk, the overlapping reliability indicators independently sustain admissibility. The physical arrest is governed by Graham versus Connor, 1989. Force must be judged from the perspective of a reasonable officer at the moment of decision using 3 factors: the severity of the crime at issue, whether the suspect posed an immediate threat to safety, and whether the suspect was actively resisting arrest. The officers issued verbal taser warnings twice before initiating physical contact, a measured escalation consistent with use of force protocol, get out of the suspect a final opportunity to comply. The subsequent takedown was proportionate to active flight and continued physical resistance. No weapons were deployed. No significant injuries resulted. The force applied satisfies the objective reasonableness standard under Graham. Under Miranda versus Arizona, 1966. Statements obtained during custodial interrogation are admissible only when preceded by a valid rights advisement and a voluntary waiver. Officer Beasley administered all 6 constitutionally required elements: right to silence, right to retained counsel, right to appointed counsel if indigent, that any statement may be used against the suspect in court, that any waiver must be voluntary, and the ongoing right to stop answering place at any point during questioning. Each element was individually acknowledged. No coercive language was used at any stage. The post-advisement admission made voluntarily without prompting from investigators is constitutionally airtight and carries full evidentiary weight under the Fifth Amendment. One additional element warrants emphasis. After committing the offense, the suspect changed her clothing in a deliberate attempt to obstruct identification. Florida courts recognize this as consciousness of guilt, direct behavioral evidence of awareness of criminal liability, independently admissible at trial, paired with unprovoked flight. This conduct supplies independent corroboration that reinforces every other evidentiary layer in the probable cause chain. Officer Beasley receives an A. Independent evidence review, a legally sound show-up procedure, and a complete, unhurried Miranda advisement reflect constitutional competency at every stage of this investigation. The arresting officers receive a B+. Taser warnings, prior to physical contact, demonstrate textbook escalation protocol. The deduction reflects a missed de-escalation window, communicating grounds for detention before the takedown. Could have reduced resistance without compromising officer safety. The suspect receives a D. The vandalism was deliberate and preceded by explicit verbal threat, establishing premeditation under Florida Statute, Section 806.13. Flight compounded the exposure under Section 843.022. The clothing change constitutes obstruction. The post-Miranda admission represents the one legally sound decision made too late to offset the accumulated charges. 3 principles emerge from this encounter that apply broadly across similar law enforcement interactions. First, layered probable cause independent witness account, corroborating physical evidence, and behavioral indicators produces the most constitutionally durable arrest justification and substantially reduces suppression risk at trial. Second, Miranda compliance is not procedural formality. A properly administered advisement transforms a voluntary admission into admissible courtroom evidence that is nearly impossible to suppress on constitutional grounds. Third, evasive post-offense conduct flight, evidence concealment, identity alteration does not reduce criminal exposure. Under established case law, it amplifies it. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to check out our second channel, Audit the Court, for even more police interaction and courtroom content.